Welcome everyone to Crossroads to Clarity Tarot. My name is Laree. I'm going to be doing a collective reading for you today. This is going to be a general reading, but my readings do focus on clarity, self-trust, and personal growth. But it is, I'm not focusing, it's still a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, and let's get right into it and see what messages Spirit has for us today. For the collective today. Okay. What is the overall energy of the collective today? Okay. And what's hidden? Oh. And outcome and advice. Okay, in the overall energy, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a new, it's an emotional connection. This could be a friendship. It could be a romantic relationship. It could also be a connection with your higher self. But this is the beginning of a connection. Let's find out more information about this. And in what's hidden, let me just go through all the cards. What's hidden, we have the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant represents traditional teachings. So maybe this could be a rejection of traditional teachings, maybe going in a less, this could be religion, different type of beliefs. This card in reverse could be choosing something different, something that is less traditional. And then in outcome and advice, we have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is someone who uses his clarity. He cuts through nonsense. He is a leader, and he leads with clarity and understanding. He's someone who's knowledgeable, but he uses his ability to see through, to cut through trying to find the word I'm looking for, but he uses his ability to, he's someone who cuts through the nonsense, He's able to lead and to forge his way using his clear thinking. This is someone who has vision, and yeah, he is a clear thinker, and he cuts through the nonsense to lead. Okay, let's get back to the Two of Cups. In the overall energy, can we clarify this Two of Cups? Let's see. Someone is moving forward with the Chariot, moving forward or taking action. Let's clarify the Two of Cups and the Chariot. Okay. This is moving forward or taking action towards your happiness. And with this Two of Cups energy, this feels like you are reconnecting with yourself, with your higher self. You have found a new yeah, you're finding love, you're learning how to be your own best friend. You're forming an emotional connection. Maybe in the past, you could have been disconnected from yourself, maybe through childhood trauma or, maybe being in a connection with someone or people who required you to abandon yourself. But with this Two of Cups energy, I'm feeling like, yeah, you're forming a new love connection, a new emotional connection with yourself. You're no longer abandoning yourself, and you're taking action and moving in the direction of what really makes you happy. And that's the overall energy. And then we have here the Hierophant reversed. And we clarify the Hierophant reversed. Okay. With the Hierophant reversed, you're no longer following traditional ways of being. You are carving a new path, or you're taking a road less traveled, shall I say. Yes, you're someone who sees you don't have an issue with the traditional ways of being. You allow, others to believe whatever they want, but you have discovered that the traditional teachings, the traditional, maybe you're someone who grew up in a religious household, or you have a specific religious background, and there's just certain things about those teachings that are not a good fit for you. And it doesn't make it right or wrong or good or bad. It's just that you are choosing to honor your own belief system. And I'm not getting the feeling that you are refusing or that you are denying that there is a higher power or anything like that. In fact, I do believe that you have a connection with the higher power. I can see that, I can feel that. But you're just not, you're more choosing to be sort of like a spiritualist, someone who is in tune with their spirituality, and you definitely have connection, but you're choosing not to, you're choosing to not follow the traditional forms of religion. And then we see here the wheel of fortune, which is divine, destined change, or a change of fate. Yeah, something. What is this wheel of fortune? Something changed that caused you to go a different, to choose a different belief system, to not follow the traditional ways of being. This could be, the Hierophant is usually is about beliefs. Okay, it's about belief systems, religion, traditional spiritual teachings, and doctrine. And yeah, I'm feeling that, that you're choosing to follow your own path, your own spiritual path, and you're honoring that. What changed? Tell me, what is the wheel of fortune? Can you clarify, please? The Four of Swords. Clarify the wheel of fortune and the Four of Swords, please. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So what I'm getting is something changed you. There was a change. There was, and this is the hidden blessing. Okay, the hidden blessing is that you wanted to, your destiny. Oh, got it. You are the you are the cycle breaker. Yes, your destiny was to change this. Your destiny was to change this, this traditional way of being, in your family, in your. It feels like this Ten of Pentacles feels like in your environment. Okay, your family. Your. This involves many people. And this is a legacy as well. So you were destined to change the legacy of your family. That was your destiny. You're a cycle breaker. You're the one who came, to change this idea of this traditional way of being. And it feels like this traditional way of being in the past would have been to, would have been to, I feel like abandon yourself, even though it feels like this, this traditional way of, of relating to spirituality was more of a control thing. It was more of it felt more like emotional blackmail than than spiritual connection. And you are the cycle breaker. You came here to change this legacy. It feels like this particular religion or way of believing, or even way of interacting in your family of origin, in your family of origin, yeah, you're the one who came to break a cycle. You came to change, to create change. And why the with the Four of Swords is about a need to rest, a need to rest and rejuvenate. Oh, I was just going to ask, why is the Four of Swords here? And that the Death card popped out. So I see. So in what's hidden, you've been busy breaking tradition. You have broke tradition from your family of origin, and you're creating change. This change, and it feels like people are paying attention to. Yes, people are seeing this change in you. People are seeing you as someone. This change is not hidden. Yeah, it's not hidden, and it's being seen by people in your family, in your maybe your friendships, distant relatives. People are really paying attention to the way that you have sort of broken this cycle, and you went your own way and decided to do something different. And I'm seeing here, this change wasn't easy. It caused a lot of, it feels like, when you go against tradition, when you go against the flow of, what's expected, especially in a family dynamic, it's hard. It's hard on you. It's emotionally hard. It's mentally hard because you're literally in a battle. ag- You're in a battle with yourself between doing what's expected of you versus what you know to be true for you within yourself. It's kind of like you have to choose. It's kind of like you have to choose, you know. Do you choose the traditional legacy? Do you go the traditional way? And, do you follow in the footsteps of those who raised you or who came before you? It feels like you chose to break a cycle with this Wheel of Fortune. And with the Four of Swords, there was a need to rest, to go within, yeah, to allow your mind to find peace, to find peace with this, with being different, with carrying this change. It feels like it was very heavy. And we see here the Death card, which is a transformation. And that's clarifying the Four of Swords. So taking the time to rest and renew your mind allowed for a transformation. It's like you stepped out of one role, something ended, there was a definite ending, but it allowed for this ending, something in you to to transform, that allowed you to be able to carry this, the responsibility of choosing different for yourself and being able to hold that change and really embody that change. Because in order for you to, especially if you're talking about changing a legacy, you're creating a new legacy that you're leaving behind that's going to change the trajectory of, it feels like your family, it feels like you being able to you being able to to have the courage to go against tradition. It gives other people who are watching you the courage to do the same. Maybe even people, and it feels like especially younger people, but the people coming behind you. It feels like, when you do something different, when you break chains and when you have generations of family who kind of operate in this same way, this traditional way of being, and you step outside of that and you decide you're going to go and do something totally different, and you're going to healing. That's what it is. This Four of Swords is healing. You're going to heal and allow an ending in order to break a cycle. That's huge. And that's what you did. That's in what's hidden. That's what you did. And that's why your overall energy is this Two of Cups energy is having this emotional connection with yourself, because it feels like to me, viewer, that you come from a family, and I want to say of women, I want to say, because I'm feeling feminine energy, a family of women who abandoned themselves, who were disconnected from themselves. And so you came here to disrupt that. What do we need to know about the King of Swords? Tell me about the King of Swords. We have the King of Swords and the Fool. This is a new beginning. Clarify the King of Swords and the Fool, please. What's the connection between these two energies? The Moon. So this is the outcome and advice. In the outcome and advice, we have the King of Swords. This is mastering clarity, leading with clarity. This is creating someone who creates. This is a clear thinker, someone who can see through the fog, who can cut through the fog and see the truth. And they use that truth to guide. They use their ability to use their clarity and their knowledge and their wisdom, the clarity that they've gained from their experiences, to be a thoughtful leader, a leader that's fair, that is that leads with the conviction of the truth. So you have the conviction of the truth, and that what brought you to that energy was this new beginning. You stepped out on faith, and with the moon, you saw through the illusions. In fact, this sword helped you see through the illusions of this traditional way of being. You continue to see through the illusion, even today. And you're not afraid of new beginnings. You're not afraid to start over. You're not afraid of the unknown, because when you're the fool, the energy of the fool is being unmanifest. It's not manifested. It's like it's going back to your pure spirit. It's the very beginning. Before you are a manifested being, you are pure spirit. And so here you have this death. That's the death of the old self, the death of this traditional way of being. So you're no longer following the path of your tribe, okay? You are creating a new path, a new way of being, a new way of moving through life. And you're not afraid of what you can't see. You're not afraid. You know how the fool doesn't know what's before him. The fool is just taking a leap with faith, and believing that no matter what he encounters, he doesn't know what's going to meet him after he takes this leap. He doesn't know what he's going to encounter, but he believes that he has the truth. He has discernment, and he's not afraid because he has the truth. Ooh, because he has the truth. You're not afraid because you have the truth. When you decided to, wow, you were equipped with the truth when you healed. This healing allowed you to see clearly. When you came out of this healing and you allowed the death and rebirth to transform you. You allowed the death of, you're not looking back to this traditional way of being. There's no going back. You allowed that to die. And you changed something in your family legacy forever. And even though you don't have all the answers about what's in front of you. You're moving ahead in that King of Swords. You're taking ownership. You're leading your own. You're leading your own destiny. You know, you're taking this change of destiny with the Wheel of Fortune, and you're being guided by truth and clarity. And you're not afraid to use that sword to cut through the fog and lead yourself. What else do we need to know in the